it's important that we make things safe for our young people, because without you guys, you guys are our next generation. It's important that you guys understand how important that you are, because you guys are the next leaders. You guys are the next politicians, the next scientists, the next doctors, the next architects, the next people who are going to shape this community to be how you want it to be. So it's important that you guys understand that. And this kind of thing, it just shows me that we're going to be in some good hands with the young people in this community, as long as you guys keep doing these things and stay on that positive trail.
Because the one thing that we struggle with in our community is love. We don't even know what it is. Some of us do, because we get it from home. They show us love. They show us how to care about ourselves. They show us how to wash ourselves, clean ourselves, make sure that our rooms are clean, make sure we eat every day, make sure that they tell you you're beautiful. They tell you you're happy, stay happy. Some of us got the ones that say, get out of here. You're nothing. I'm tired of you. Leave me alone. So that affects us mentally, And so all of those things are barriers in our community, and what we have to do to fix it, right? And so the ones that are blessed, and you're blessed, and that means you're blessed. You know who you are. It's people around you, surround you. It's a good community, and they're a positive community. They affirm your goodness. They don't affirm the negative things about you.
Hey Wolfpack Howl, thank you for checking out our latest episode. We are so grateful for your support.
We have a special episode for you today with the Struggle of Love Foundation. Coach Eye and Jason McBride stopped by the studio to talk about youth violence in our community.
Hey, welcome to the Wolfpack Howl. I'm your host, Hennessy. I'm here with
Caitlin and her two special guests.
Jason McBride, Struggle of Love Foundation.
And Coach Eye, EYE, Struggle Love Foundation.
Hey, guys.
Oh, y'all got to put a howl in it or something.
Hey, guys. Welcome back. Welcome to our podcast. Thank you for being here. So can you guys introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Jason McBride, Secondary Violence Prevention Specialist for the Struggle of Love Foundation. We've been around about 22 years out here in this community. And I'm going to let Coach kind of tell you about the beginnings of the Struggle of Love Foundation and how we got here where we're at now.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for having us. It's a pleasure to meet you, young ladies. And I'm glad to see you out here doing what you're doing, trying to fight for your community and stand up to gun violence in our community. That's the only way it's going to stop is from the younger community, the youth in our community, our babies, our daughters, our sons, and to stand up and speak out against this, But anyway, I'm Coach I. We founded this organization back in 2000. We do several things within the community. We have a food pantry that we do 5 days a week. It's off of 47th in Peoria. If anybody's familiar with the 360 Academy building, we're inside that building. We're on the 4th floor, across the street from the police station. If you guys know where the DMV or the police station is, we are there. We have a broadcast up there. We have T-shirt making machines. It's just a hangout spot for those that have outgrown the Boys and Girls Club. So you can come over there and hang out with us. And we're out there to about 10 o'clock at night right now. But we have a violence interruption team, which Jason is the lead of, which we respond to the shootings in our community and try to provide assistance and mental health services for those that have been affected by that trauma, which we all are affected by. Violence in our neighborhood is a trauma to us, and we try to hide it and cover it up. And I'm so glad you guys are speaking out on it. It's a very courageous thing of you. We have our secondary prevention team, which we are within the schools, DPS schools. We do our Spreading Our Love mentor and leadership program. We're within DPS. We also, what else do we have? We also have our own in-house mental health team. So if anybody that wants a little bit of mental health help, we have mental health help there. And they are young ladies of color. They graduated right here from Montbello, right here from the Montbello neighborhood, and now are licensed clinical therapists. And they work with us at the Struggle Love Foundation. So we offer that for free to our youth that need to want to speak and talk to someone besides your friends or your mother or father or something like that. You want to reach out and get some extra little assistance. We have that as well. So those are just a few things that we offer within our community. Unfortunately, we'll be losing Mr. Jason McBride. He will be moving to our Aurora team. He will be heading our Aurora team. So we will have a location out in North Aurora. And Jason McBride is leading that team. So he's being promoted up into that. And but I'll still be out here in the neighborhood, and he'll still be here showing up every now and then, but he's got to lead that team so we can respond to the violence in our community.
Thank you.
Thank you for talking.
Okay, so now we're going to jump into our questions. And can you guys share a little bit about how your childhood was?
Growing up.
Well, I'm from here, so I born and raised. I lived in Park Hill. I grew up. I had a great family. My dad wasn't around as much as I wanted him to be, but my grandfather and my grandmother and my mom just made sure that me and my little brother, we had everything that we needed. So it was a great place. Park Hill was a great place to live. And I was fortunate enough to, and I'm old enough to remember, our neighborhoods before there were, groups or gangs in them. When we're just allowed to be kids and play and do those things. So I saw the good side, and that's kind of what why I do this, because I know how we can be, and I know how our neighborhoods can be, and I know I remember how safe and fun that it was growing up, and I think all kids, especially your age, deserve that. You deserve to have a safe place to live, safe place to play, a quality place to come in and learn, and people like Mr. Clifton who are interested in showing you some things that you might not see. So that's how I got to be, got to do what I'm doing, living in Park Hill and seeing some of the things that are going on right now and have been for the last 20 years, 30 years. It's important that we make things safe for our young people, because without you guys, you guys are our next generation. It's important that you guys understand how important that you are, because you guys are the next leaders. You guys are the next politicians, the next scientists, the next doctors, the next architects, the next people who are going to shape this community to be how you want it to be. So it's important that you guys understand that. And this kind of thing, it just shows me that we're going to be in some good hands with the young people in this community, as long as you guys keep doing these things and stay on that positive trail.
Muchas gracias.
So sometimes I'm a little ashamed of my childhood. Unfortunately, I grew up. I was born in Illinois. I was born in Chicago, and I was born I was poor, right? So I was one of the children that had holes in the bottom of their shoes, and it was a little rough living for where I grew up. And I went through some things as a child, being mentally and physically abused, unfortunately. So for me, I left the home when I was 13 years old and committed myself to the evils of the world. I committed myself to the negative things of the world, which is the streets. And I started living and selling drugs. And so my first experience of sitting in juvenile hall in St. Charles in Illinois, I was 14. And my next experience, I was 15 and didn't get out till I was 17. My first experience out in the streets doing drugs I was smoking what they call PCP, which is a SHRM, and it gave me a heart infection at 16 years old. And I had to get a stent in my heart because one of my vessels in my heart clogged and would not open anymore from the poison that I was smoking. So I had that at 16. A year later, a month before my 18th birthday, I found myself shot and left for dead when I should have been in school. Riding around as a 17-year-old young man, I went to a wrong neighborhood and ended up with an eye missing and bullets in my back. And thanks to the grace of God, I woke up in the ambulance and didn't know what had happened or anything, but I still kept playing. I still didn't believe in myself. I still didn't have any love or worth because as a child, I was told I wasn't going to be anything. You're not going to be nothing. You know, so I challenge you, youth. I challenge the youth out here that have a good life, that have parents at home that kind of, you know, halfway care about them. If they put a roof over your head, a bed, some food in your refrigerator, appreciate those things because some of us don't have those things. And some of us have been mentally scarred and abused, you know, for things that we chose to do at a younger life. And so I am a victim of gun violence. Jason may have not told you, but he's a victim of gun violence. He lost an eye to gun violence. He covers it up with his glasses. I don't know if I should have shared that. I should have let him share that.
No, I was gonna get to it. Yeah.
We have several people that in our neighborhood that are in wheelchairs that we've lost due to gun violence. And I'm ashamed to even say I used to be a part of that. So I my last time doing time in the penitentiary was 98, 99, maybe before you guys were born.
Mhm.
But I've lost 10 years of my life in and out of jail. I lost another whole life looking like this, with pain every day. Have to take pain pills for the rest of my life because of the pain from the bullets to get up and move and keep moving. So one day, you know, through the blessings of God, God sent me a young lady that would not put up with what I was doing. It made me realize there was a good me. Made me realize deep down inside I did love myself. I did care about myself. I did care about what happened to me.
Mhm.
And so that young lady is now my wife of 20-something years. And sometimes why I'm saying this to you young ladies is sometimes it takes powerful young ladies to help straighten up what us young men mess up.
Yeah.
So the power of no, I'm not going to stand for that unless you're doing the right thing goes a long way. Because it changed me. It changed me, and she made me realize that there is a better me and made me love myself. And that's how we came up with the Struggle of Love Foundation. Because the one thing that we struggle with in our community is love. We don't even know what it is. Some of us do, because we get it from home. They show us love. They show us how to care about ourselves. They show us how to wash ourselves, clean ourselves, make sure that our rooms are clean, make sure we eat every day, make sure that they tell you you're beautiful. They tell you you're happy, stay happy. Some of us got the ones that say, get out of here. You're nothing. I'm tired of you. Leave me alone. So that affects us mentally, you know. And so all of those things are barriers in our community, and what we have to do to fix it, right? And so the ones that are blessed, and you're blessed, and that means you're blessed. You know who you are because it's people around you, surround you. It's a good community, and they're a positive community. They affirm your goodness. They don't affirm the negative things about you. So please take advantage of those opportunities and these opportunities the schools are offering you, and do something with them. Believe in yourself. Stay away from the negative. Tell them no. Don't like the gun pages when you see them. They show that, they show them on Snapchat with their pistols.
Yeah.
Erase it. Erase it. The more that we get kids saying, nah, that's not cool, the more they'll start changing. But as long as we allow them to think that we think it's cool, they're going to keep doing it. And we know deep down inside we don't like that stuff. I don't. I don't like guns. It hurts. I'm scared of guns. I'm terrified of a gun. It's just my trauma. I'm scared of it. And it's getting younger and younger. I have a question for you, young ladies.
Yeah.
Are you scared?
I'm scared of I am scared of guns.
But are you scared of your community?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
That's the problem for me. That's why people like Jason and I are out here in the fight. Just like Mr. Clifton is out in the fight. He may not be out there, but this is the fight.
I'm sometimes scared of walking home too, because I don't know, I'm just scared.
Right.
Nothing, and just to kind of piggyback on what Coach is saying is that you're 12, 13?
13.
Yeah, no one 12 or 13 should be scared of anything. Not just going to school or being at school or gunshots. Like, you guys deserve more than this. And through the work that me and Coach do, we're trying to make sure that we can ensure your safety, that we can ensure that you guys can just be kids. We went to a funeral last week, and Coach kind of enlightened me on this, and that parents were dropping their kids off at a funeral. And this was a young lady who had been killed in this community. And you just start to think about those things and emotionally, how you need somebody to lean on when you go to a funeral, and that these kids did not have that. And how did they feel not having a shoulder to cry on or lean on in a time like that? And what made it, what was the result of that? Some of these kids got angry and maybe went out and did something stupid, right? And that's what we're trying to prevent. Like, we want to teach the kids. We want to make sure that the community is safe for the kids, but we also want to maybe educate the parents on how to be parents. Sometimes we're, myself, I had kids at a young age, and I wasn't ready to be a parent at 16, 17 when I had kids, but I had a good support system. My mom was everything, right? And she helped me with that. So we're trying to be that support system for you guys, and provide activities, provide a safe place for you to be. All of those things are hugely important to us. And so that's why the Love Center is where it's at. And that's why we offer some of the things that we do in terms of programming. That's why we do a Reach for Peace picnic.
Yeah.
That's why we do giveaways and turkey drives and toy drives for this community here, because we think it's paramount for this community to be safe. And we want all communities to be safe, but it's important for us to be in the communities that we live in, and make sure that the kids around these communities know how important they are.
Why did we invite them?
Well, we wanted to invite them just to know more about youth violence and what we could do to stop it. We were looking for tips to stop it.
Well, we invited them because we wanted to stop what our community does, like violence,
Because
And
there's been a lot of violence.
there's been a lot of violence now since like it's kind of more. I don't really want to say safe, but like for me, I haven't heard anything. But like
Not recent.
not recently. But we want it to be more safe for us, safe for kids, safe for the teachers, safe for our parents, and everything. Well, that that was a great interview. It was interesting when he said if we were safe in the community.
What were your thoughts?
My thoughts were I didn't feel safe in my community. I felt scared. Not scared. I haven't really heard any recently, but like what I experienced too, I was scared what I experienced too. Shooting in my neighborhood, how like shooting and everything, you know? Like my neighbors like yelling at each other. I was scared. That's what like I'm scared like my neighborhood. But for recently I haven't heard anything. Do you feel safe in your community, Caitlin?
I don't. I don't really feel safe sometimes. Most times, well, it's really calm, but like at nights when it gets dark, it's not really safe. Like the street right next to us, there was a shooting and there was a death, and I didn't feel safe because they were in my backyard. They were in our backyard, and it was just
Weird. Well, I feel you, and I didn't feel safe when I was younger, but for right now I did like kind of feel safe because I hadn't heard anything recently like in my neighborhood because I live close to I live like kind of close to here, but like where I heard nothing. Nah, I kind of feel safe, but like what I heard, no. So, what do you want, Caitlin? What do you think to make our community like more safer? Maybe
pro like
protest. Yeah, we can protest saying like we should make the community more like safer and like to stop youth violence because like why I wonder why kids like get in violence even though they're very young. Well, what I heard from my dad, he went like kind of through it because he was like in the neighborhood, like kind of in El Salvador. Like there was a lot of gangs. I told him about like have you ever been in a gang? He said no, but he wanted he like experienced like he experienced like in the gang, that some kids. Well, what he said to me, because he lives like in Salvador, lo que me dijo a mí is that
37.
um that kids being violent because they want to, and they regret what they said, and they want to get out.